Good morning. The witch's voice is back, or almost back. Oh, I gotta. Oh, goodness. Y'all just don't freaking know. Oh, goodness. You know, I got a few things that I want to talk about this morning. And I am like really so absolutely ridiculified. uh, Hey, sister, good morning. It is absolutely ridiculous, and it's unfair. It's almost like, and I'm gonna tell y'all something. Somebody keeps coming over here with these Bible verses, and see, this has been an issue in social media. This has been a real issue. It's not that it's not necessarily that their so-called God has any power. It's just that these people created such a stench along with this man who really doesn't even follow his own religion to the T. They make up their own rules as they go along. They do. And I believe that the past several years has been this big crunch to try to convert me to Christianity when I've never even been a Christian in the first place. I've never been a Christian. Even if I ever claimed to be a Christian, there's no way, there's no human possibility for me to be a Christian. And I don't want to be, and I don't have to be. You know what I mean? And I think that this has ultimately been all about. Um Pretty much attacking me over that religion. And none of those people are Christian. None of them. And yeah, they're possessed, they're evil, they're dangerous. Okay. Attacking my kid, attacking all of my children. There's something inherently wrong with that religion. And yeah, I do believe, and I'm going to say this, I do believe that all of those people are under some kind of hoodoo, which is why I am a Black person that refuses to use that religion for any reason. And I'm going to stand my ground. And I feel that I'm always going to have a good outcome because I'm standing by my convictions. I'm standing by my convictions on what I feel is right. I absolutely refuse. I don't care. Winning, it's not about winning. You know, I know that my gods are going to take care of me. They always do. No matter what the situation is, no matter what it is, my gods are going to make sure that I am taken care of. Even if it is the last minute, even if some things have to be rearranged, they are always going to take care of me because I do not trust it. I do not trust a God that would condone this. This is exactly, and I'm a witch trying to protect my offspring, which is a very, very human thing to do, from this God that has told them to attack witches and their children. And I think it's ridiculous, you know. And you know what? Am I considered to be Babylonian over here? Am I Babylon or something? Is that what's happening in my house? No, that's not what's happening in my house. And I think that they need to look at what's happening in their house. So it's all about this delusional judgment that they have in their minds, you know, when they are attacking an innocent person. So here's the way that I look at it. I refuse to sit around hurting over some man. Y'all know what I mean? So it's really about men and them forcing these ideologies on us. It really is. When they don't even really understand it, they're just possessed. They don't even have the ability to critically think about what they are doing. All they know is, oh my God, you're a witch. And my Bible says that I must punish you. And so I guess it makes for this entertainment or this intrigue. But in the meanwhile, every single human right that I am supposed to have, including my right to practice my religion, practice my spiritual beliefs, have been getting violated for years. I will never convert, no matter what they do. I'll never convert. I'm not going to do it because I can't convert. How am I going to be a Christian when I'm a witch? It's literally humanly impossible. And I am a person that is of sound mind, body, and spirit. I am literally like y'all just don't know. Oh my God. I got a lot I want to talk about right now. I have a lot that I want to talk about at this moment. And I think it is ridiculous. I want to first start out talking about how this religion has turned these men into maniacs, absolute maniacs. A man close to me in my life. So they've been talking and talking and talking and going on and on about, oh, I'm being evicted. I'm being evicted. I'm being evicted. So pretty much what ends up happening when you are dealing with a landlord that probably is under the same spirit. I'm not sure. You know, I think that the conflict probably is spiritual. There probably is a spiritual conflict there. However, that doesn't mean that they don't have to take care of their property. And what I've noticed is that this man who I used to be involved with, everything that happens to everybody, every situation, he always takes it personal. He always has to put himself there. He can't ever be unbiased. He's always biased. And people that are always being biased like that, they not really gonna make it in this society, because at some point you have to be unbiased. You can't just take everything emotionally that you feel about self and personally involve it. So, for example, he's been a landlord before he sold the house from underneath his tenants. But when I and my situation pops up and he knows about it, which he shouldn't, it doesn't matter about religion. His betrayal is going to be met with a lot of wrath. It is. But he couldn't take himself. It's all about him. And I think that people that are very biased, they always make it about themselves. They always make it about themselves. Okay. So instead of him being able to look at the situation for what it is, he always equates, well, if that was me, if that was me, it's not you. It's not you. But he's definitely not able to see it from the other person's perspective. And that's just the way that it is. First of all, there has been several things that have been done or that have not been done, okay, that has led to financial difficulty. It hasn't been these people online. It hasn't been. Okay. If they want to think that, which I believe that they believe that, then they're crazy, because I don't live with those people. I don't pay bills with those people. So anything between me and my landlord is between me and the landlord here. Okay. So, like, for example, um, there were rodents getting into my house. How were they able to get into my house? They were able to get out, they were able to get into the house because there are holes in the attic, and there's a big hole on the side. It's like an entranceway where they can squeeze through. They formed a tunnel in the house. So that's how they're able to get in, because these are things that needed to be addressed 2 years ago. These are things that they knew that needed to be addressed, but for some reason it was avoided. So any inconvenience, my quality of life, my life has been interrupted because of the landlord's issue. There was a time when I couldn't even use my kitchen. That is not my fault. I am not the owner of this property. Those are things that they have to address. Those are things that you are supposed to provide to your tenant, right? Okay, let's talk. Just so much neglect. And so what? Because I'm a witch, I deserve that neglect. So a neglectful male. Don't ever tell a neglectful male your business. Don't do it, because he's always going to be in the defense of another neglectful male. But their choices and their decisions to neglect this property has led to financial difficulty for me. That is what is going to be more than proven in court, because it had to go to the Superior Court appeals, which shouldn't even have to be discussed on YouTube. YouTube is not a big confessional. I shouldn't have even had to discuss the case until it was over. But instead, an irresponsible male is going around trying to discuss grown folks and adult business with childish imbeciles from this website, literally giving them misinformation because he's also misinformed himself. So then this is what led to the harassment by these people who you can't ever have a decent conversation with those people that he's involved with. They lack reason, they lack intellect, they lack all the way. They just do. You can't reason with them. You can't. And then also the monies that the landlord is going to be paid out of the register that I am paying into the court. They're not going to get any of that money. So why do they care? Why are they so concerned about other people's money is what we have to ask ourselves. Part of the reason why they harass me is because they're concerned about my money. Now they're concerned about the landlord's money. Well, I can assure you that it's none of your business. And I can also assure you that my landlord is very wealthy. My landlord is far more wealthier than these people. So they made a choice to start some crap with me, and they broke. They don't have money the way my landlord has money. Now, I'm pretty sure in their Bible it tells them to turn the other cheek because now they're going to get my wrath because they want to get in the landlord's business. It's that's my landlord's issue, okay? Going let's go back here, okay? Let's bring it back. Um Whenever we go to court, the judge is going to decide whether or not the landlord owes me money. Period. Not YouTube, not the black sector. The judge is going to decide that because what I'm going to prove, which I have all the proof of months and months and months of neglect of the property, well documented communication. It's nothing that they can do about it. The judge is going to rule in my favor. I already know that they are. And it's not about me being put out or not. I don't know why these people lack reason. So they're going around the internet saying you're being evicted. You're being evicted. You're actually I'm not being evicted. And by the time it's said and done, there's not going to be an eviction on my record. To this day, there has been no eviction on my record. While these ignorant people go around talking about being evicted, evicted. And I'm going to tell you why he's doing this. I'm going to tell you why he's doing this. He's doing this because at some point, his baby mama, see, this is what I'm talking about. He's been going around for several years telling everybody that they're being evicted because his baby mama factually has an eviction on her record. So I don't know if this lady just wants to project. I have yet to be evicted out of anywhere and I won't be. But he goes around and then him and her, they get these women to go around say, "Oh, you're being evicted. Oh, you're being evicted." And I'm gonna tell you something. At the end of the day, ain't nobody gonna be getting evicted but him. Okay, seriously. So whenever the appeal court date comes up with all of the money in the registry, the judge is going to decide, okay, this will go to the landlord. And it's sad because the landlord should have why didn't the landlord accommodate me? Is that my fault? And see, I am actually I think that the standards need to be more for tenants. Since I've moved into this house, I have paid thousands of dollars in rent. I basically made my landlord rich. We make these landlords rich. We do. for them to not even go by the law. It could have been handled out of court, but now that we're going to court, and yes, I am moving, but there will be no eviction. In fact, the decision that was made for the default judgment, because I couldn't be in court that day, that's going to be overturned when it's all said and done. So I am going through a lot at this moment. I had to file a complaint against one of the judges in the courts. Yes, I did. Because I fight for what's right. And I already know it's going to be in my favor. That judge was like, and I don't know what his issue was, the first judge in the magistrate court. That's why I went to Superior Court. So not only is the judgment going to be turned over, but we're also doing an appeal. So there's a lot for the judge to address, and none of these people are going to be allowed to interfere in that. So it's definitely not going to be an eviction on my record for what? Do I deserve that after years and years of paying rent? Do I deserve that after sitting here being patient? Being patient like a saint, waiting on them to come and take care of the raccoons in the attic. Did I miss 1 month of rent when the raccoon was playing what was playing in the attic? No, I didn't. Exactly. Exactly. It just, and these people on YouTube, their issue is that they have never actually lived real life. I'm not sitting up here scared. Oh my God, I'm gonna get thrown out of my house. That's not what I have no fear of that. And then not only that, I'm actually suing the landlord in small claims court for damages and loss because of that. So I don't know why these people want to try to place themselves in the position of the landlord, but I can tell you that the way my spirit see it is they'll just take from them. Oh, you want to put yourself in the position of the landlord? Okay, you lose. You lose. And you can tell that they automatically place it as personal. When my ex owned his rental property, he was not a corporation. He was just a person renting out his old house. This is a corporation that owns this house. I have a lawsuit against these people. So, because he's angry at me, what kind of man goes to a troll, twists and lies to a troll so that that said troll can come online and harass and stalk? That's not a man at all. But yet and still, that was the whole point of the work that I did on him last night. Because because men, you know what, the one thing I can tell you as a woman that I've realized is that men using their masculine energy can create a lot of calamities for women just simply because they're angry about something they shouldn't be. I shouldn't have to be bothered with this man and his problems. This man thinking that, oh, I'm just what am I, his hostage? What are we, hostages to these men? I don't have to be bothered with him. And see, being bothered with him is these women coming online stalking and harassing me, which is absolutely and utterly sick. And I guess as a woman, we're supposed to go along with what men do, even though it's stupid, it's barbaric, it's disgusting. And so that's why I castrated him. Because, and really honestly, he's a non factor in my life and he knows it. Why is he all up in my business? Why is he getting all these people to attack me? You know what? When the dust settles, I'll sue him too. When the dust settles, I will be suing him too. And so I hope he has some money and he better get ready. I don't have time to deal with his emotional crap, but because right now I have to deal with the landlord, okay? Which keep in mind, I'm the one that talks to my landlord. I've spoken to my landlord, okay? So I've spoken to the landlord. They don't know my landlord. When this man's dust settles and the dust settles of the landlord, I will be suing my ex as well. And I don't even consider him to be my ex, but we will be in civil court for what he's been doing. That's why they've been taking down their videos. Why would you like I have plenty of evidence to use against him because he's in my company. Divine Services is going to sue him. Divine Services is going to be suing a lot of people. Just wait. Because my spirits are tired of it. We're tired of it. It's unfair. It's not right. And then the case that I've got going on with him is a black man trying to force his religious beliefs on me. Pretty much is what he's been doing for almost a decade. Why is it so bad? Because he's black. I'm sorry, he doesn't have basic self respect. So, of course, as a black woman, look at how dirty and disgusting he's been. So, it's disgusting. And for some reason, again, this is the reason why I don't hang around or associate with certain people of color. I'm going to tell y'all why. Because they come on here and either they're talking as if, well, you have all this money and you don't need clients, or they're saying, well, you don't have no money and nobody should come to your business. Well, duh. Isn't that the reason why I'm running the business? Is because that's how I make my money. So they go from one extreme to the other. So if I have money, I shouldn't run my business because I have money, which you have to keep making money in order to live, right? So it's not even based upon logic. I don't come on here and say, hey, I need for y'all to buy my spells because I need to pay my rent. That's not the way that it is. When you go and interview for a job, when you go and interview for a job, of course that job already knows that you want the job to pay bills. Duh. That's a no-brainer. That's a no-brainer. So if I come out here and say, hey, buy my spells, buy my rituals, it's not based upon, hey, I need help. Please. I'm dying over here. I've got to have money. My kids are starving. That's not the way you market yourself. And I've never marketed myself that way ever. And I'm never going to start doing it. I'm never going to come on here like some freaking beggar. I don't beg for donations. That's not how my business has ever been ran. But they've been trying to force that on me. Even when my company and business is doing good, which it always has, but I have had bad months because of the crap that's been getting thrown at me, I'm still not going to come on here and say, "Oh my God, I need help." I don't come from that perspective, and I should never have to. I should be able to have pride and self-respect. But you've had a group of black people coming on here saying, "Oh, she broke. Oh, she's being thrown out. Oh, she's this. Oh, she's that." So it's like they go from one extreme to another. Years ago, when I still was using food stamps, when I wasn't, before I started making any money, years ago, they actually called the food stamp office and told them that I was making too much money and frauding them. This was it. And so these are people that my spirits are taken care of, but they don't care. They're gluttons for punishment. They don't care. They can go through the ringer and they'll still do it because they want attention, because something is wrong. But they know they not gonna be doing that when they homeless. Any of them that wish homelessness on me, trust me, is coming for them. Just for wishing it on me. Just for saying it. Just for saying it. Just for saying it. Trust me, they are. Okay? Trust me. Because you don't do stuff like that. I'm a witch and I don't do stuff like that. And it's probably because I'm not an inherently evil and petty person. You know what I'm saying? So it's so stupid. And don't come over here trying to explain the Bible to me. Trust me, I already have an understanding. I'm sitting back and I'm observing and I'm looking at people who factually are claiming, these people claim to be Christian. And then not only that, if you notice, the one that was attacking my son last night, a 10-year-old. What's this about with these people attacking kids? Anyway, the one that was attacking my son last night said that witchcraft is not real. You know why? Because her witchcraft does not work. She tried to be a witch. All these people that tried to practice witchcraft, now all of a sudden witchcraft is not real. Now all of a sudden witchcraft has no power. It's just people and energy. Trust and believe that not only is witchcraft very real, but yeah, people do have energy. Yeah, they sure do. They sure do. That has nothing to do with witchcraft though. Yeah, energy. Yeah, that's what witches work with, is energy. Yeah, source. But when you go further to witchcraft, totally different thing. Because witchcraft is not just about energy, it's about spirits. Okay. It's about spirits, hon. So, and that's what this is about. This is about them stalking and harassing a witch. And then this man that has been stalking me for years, he's not going to get away with it. Because literally, first of all, you're not my husband. You're not my husband. You've never been my husband, nor will you never be my husband. So this man thinks, oh, I'm being a man and I'm going to send these women. He's trying to be quiet about it, but he's definitely sending these women to act a fool and harass the internet. He's gonna regret, just so that he can try to control me. This is what that religion has done to them. They have lost their minds. I'm gonna tell you what's very real. What's very real is the fact that you don't have the right to try to control me. You don't have the right to try to control how people see me. And yeah, there have been plenty of women, trust me. There have been plenty of women that have been dealing with men like them, who have ended up evicted, who have ended up homeless, who have ended up killed, who have ended up with a lot of horrible things happen to them. What makes you think you're so special? The only difference with me, hon, is that, oh my God, he's that man is so cursed, up and down, up and down his spine, his head, everything. You're not gonna pull that crap with me. Women, y'all gotta quit letting these men do that. Cause that's just the tip to the of the iceberg of what I've done to him. That castration work. That's just the tip of the iceberg. And it's good to know that those women are not witches, because he really has no protection. I'm sorry, to me, the reason why the God of the Bible is a false God is because well, you want to talk about a God. Well, I've got many, many, many pagan gods that are fighting for me. So even if that God was real, he's not going to withstand the power of of me invoking. Trust me, I've got plenty of masculine energy at my disposal, because witches, we can call on male gods, but the goddess is typically sufficient in the situation. But I do work with male pagan deities, because I believe that only, and you know what, to me it's still a false god, even though that god did have the power to convince these people of whatever it was, because it's narcissism. That god will tell you to do something and then punish you for doing it. To me, that's a false god. Do I feel that the pagan gods are like that? No, I don't. Do I feel that the earlier gods that predated that god are like that? No. That's a very narcissistic god. Oh, well, and that's just like the person that explained to me about the Babylonians and the Persians. Well, that God is the one that created the exact evil that he was punishing those people for. He's the one that created that evil. Oh, well, that's not what happened. Um, the Babylonians dashed the children, the little babies, with rocks, and then they went back and dashed them back, just like God said that they would. And God is the one that created that evil. That God. Is that my God? Would my God listen, taking accountability of everything that you've heard from me? I believe in protecting children, which even adult children. I believe in protection. I believe, especially little bitty babies, children. I don't like no kids getting hurt. So think about my gods. Would my gods ever create a situation where children are being dashed with rocks? Not ever. So that's why that's not my God. You go ahead and accept and keep calling on a God that created such evil. Think about it. You have to be a critical thinker. That God created evil that made little babies I don't care if they didn't like the whatever. It's the point that innocent, those children are always innocent. So my gods, y'all knowing what y'all know about me would never allow children to be harmed. And see, this is the reason why this group of people, they don't mind attacking people's children. They don't mind attacking your children. That's why they learned it from their false god. My gods are not like that. Even though they're not all about love and light, my gods are they're very warfarous. And yeah, we have heard stories about Lilith and all of that. Do I believe that Lilith would hurt children? Not ever in on one day would Lilith harm a child. An adult, yeah. But a baby, an innocent baby that can't do anything to her, no. So y'all got to understand that a lot of the information that y'all get about the pagan gods, who's putting that information out there? Lilith would never hurt a child. In fact, she's done nothing but protected all of my children. And I believe that she's even protected people that have attacked me. I believe that she protects their children as well. The people that have attacked me with children, she's protected their children. So I don't even want to hear it. Okay. They keep coming over here with these Bible verses. I am never going to convert to your religion. No matter what you do, no matter what you say to me, I'm never going to do it. And you know what? I know y'all have this fantasy about horrible things happening to me, like eviction and being thrown out of my home and starving on the streets and dying. And oh, I'm going to go back. I'm going to go to a hotel. No, hun, that will never happen because you know why? Because the law is written and I will have full rights under the laws and the Constitution. And that's all it is to it. Now, while they're out here making a stink bug surrounding me constantly, they are purposely trying to harm children, purposely trying to harm my children. This man that I'm speaking of, he actually has told me that you and your children don't deserve to eat because you're disrespecting me. He is going to suffer. And anybody running behind that man is going to suffer. First of all, only your children have to suffer for what you've done. Because I can invert that Bible whenever I want. Don't play with my kids. He's came out here and lied on me, came out here and caused a stink bug over me because he's trying to force me to bow down to him, even though he's not my husband. I don't claim him. He's not my man. He does not take care of me financially, emotionally, and mentally, but he's going to send agents out to attack me, to cause all this stench, and to try to block my money. Let's not fail to mention that while he's judging me for practicing witchcraft, he's also over there practicing himself, trying to purposely cause hunger and homelessness to me and my children because I didn't respect him. I'm sorry, sir. Who are you? Somebody that I slept with? And then we wonder why women very rarely lose their shit and murder men like that. If I were to run that man down in a car, the disgusting, horrible things that he's done, I'd be justified, but they would still put me in jail. So I would never do that. I would rather curse the entire soul out of him because it's a forcing of his beliefs that he's made up in his mind. And it's just disgusting. Why do y'all think I've never gotten married? Many women have married these men, and you hear about it all the time. It reminded me of this woman that was married to this narcissistic man. He left town, left her and the kids. He went on vacation, probably to cheat on her on a so called business trip. This was actually in social media. This was actually on the news. He left this woman, cleared out the refrigerator, left her no money for food. This guy that I'm dealing with, he specifically tries to put hunger on my children. As far as I'm concerned, we did death magic on him. He deserves death as far as I'm concerned. How dare you? And so, of course, these people, first of all, I do have food in my refrigerator, right? I have managed to still feed my family. No thanks to him, with him trying to purposely, like it's this man is sick. He's gonna die because I do not have to conform with his patriarchal views. Can you imagine what he's done to his own children previously? Which is how he's probably got the women in his life in control, under his control. You are a disgusting male to sit over there and see. This is the reason why my spirits are going to attack his stomach. Oh, you've got food over there to eat. And he's probably got a refrigerator full of food, but he's not going to be able to eat it. He ain't going to be able to take down a morsel of food. His children won't go through hunger, but he will. How dare you? And I saw the rituals that he was doing. He was literally over there trying to do rituals so that me and Ty and Jacob wouldn't eat anything. And for what? Because I don't want to have sex with him. I don't want anything to do with him. I don't respect you. I don't agree with you. I don't respect you. I don't like you. I'm not attracted to you. And I refuse to ever do what he wants me to do, which is what? Not run my business. He does not want me running my business. He has this fantasy created by him and his group, him and his coven, that I live off Section 8 and just get food stamps. That's like how do you, and so you have to think this is a dusty male because I deserve to be a 46-year-old business owner who he tried to fail my business. He's never going to get away with it. His house is going to burn down. He'll lose everything before that happens. So this sick fantasy that he has, which is based upon his perversion, because he doesn't want to be faithful to the woman that he lives with. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. He was with her for years. Nobody even knew about it. And he was out here attacking and harassing people for years, stalking women online, including myself. And now that I'm trying to like literally get away from him, He's sitting over there trying to do stuff because I refuse to sleep with him. All this started because instead of me inviting him to my house for our regular date night, I ignored him and then blocked him. He decides to go to these stupid, weak women and have them attack me because he's a pervert, he's a misogynist, he's disgusting, and he'll sit over there and get sick. I can imagine how sick he is because my spirits are going to destroy him. I'm sitting over here in the middle of taking care of clients. You know what I'm saying? Yes, yes, every client has been taken care of because he ain't stepping foot in my house. I'm over here taking care of business, manifesting for the clients, and then he's running around here acting like a complete idiot. He's never worked a day in his life. He has no income coming in. He has no income coming in whatsoever. Exactly, Ashley. He has no income coming in whatsoever. None. Sitting around thinking of the cheapest way possible that he can affect a woman. So we all know what he's been over there doing. I already know what he's been doing because I can see everything that he's doing. So, and that's where he will regret the day. He will regret the day that he messed with a witch. And he is. And but this is simply because I won't sleep with him, because I won't listen to him. Well, I'm not you don't have nothing to do with what I manifest at my businesses. And so that's why he sends these people to stalk and harass me. And yes, they have tried to do these little stupid they've tried to do witchcraft on me, which they're like, really, really. So even though um the money is being paid into the registry for the rent, I still have to earn my keep. I still have to earn my income. So he's going to people saying, oh, go and say that her spells are too expensive, or go and hate on her business. It's a big mess over this man. And so that's why he had what happened to him. And I got a lot of other workings that I'm doing over here too. It's all predicated upon him. Then y'all got to think he's a Gemini too. He's a Gemini, and Geminis, let's just put it this way, they have very complicated minds. Okay. And he's been over there trying to play around with Reiki as well. He's been over there playing around with it. He gonna learn that he should have just went ahead and played around with his wanker and not playing with me. That's all it is to it. It's ridiculous. A woman shouldn't have to be harassed and stalked just because she refuses to have sex with a man. I've told him, I said, why don't you have sex with your woman? Why can't he have sex with his woman that he lives with? Exactly. Oh, trust me, Ashley. I've got his skull over here. Skulls and bones. So I don't care about him being a Gemini. He can be a Gemini for the rest of his life. He can try to psychic attack. He can try to do whatever he wants to do. It ain't gonna do no good because I got him sold up from the top of his head to the bottom of his feet at this point. And it's really sad that women, like first of all, he has a lot of negative karma coming to him because It's like I told him yesterday, why is my family and my business under attack because you can't have sex with your woman? That's literally what this is about. Is that he's not fulfilled at home, whatever is going on at home. So whatever is going on at home, which is a drought, they've been having a freaking 3 or 4 year drought, Ashley. And he's attacking me because he's not happy in his relationship. But there was a woman that attacked me last night because she's not happy in her relationship. Did I do anything to mess up her relationship? No. Do I look like I go around doing breakup spells and things on people? So, she was saying that she wasn't with her boyfriend anymore. They don't think, they don't have any respect. They attack people like sick dogs. It's like they have rabies or something. It's sick. In the meantime, they're attacking my family and trying to transfer the guilt to me. So you're attacking my child. I'm protecting him. You know that you are obviously a very dangerous person to my family, that when I feel like I have to protect my family from you, unprovoked. Literally, I'm sitting over here doing my readings. I'm not bothering with these people, and they've been on the constant and consistent attack. So, as soon as the court date is done, because I have to stay down here because I got to make sure that my credit doesn't get messed up, and overturn that decision that was made, which was why I paid for the appeal. And, we are leaving. I am going back to my hometown. Yes, I am. He doesn't want that. He doesn't want me to go back to my hometown, y'all. He wants me to stay here. And why do y'all think I've been stuck here? I've been wanting to go back to my hometown for the past year or two. And he's been doing just enough to fool me to keep me here. He's not fooling me anymore. I am absolutely going back to my hometown. But I got to take care of this business here first before I can go. I would love to go home, so whenever they're going to set the court date or whatever. I'm not real sure when the court date is going to be set for. I still have to work and obtain clients so that how do you think I make my money? And it shouldn't be a problem. It's never been a problem. I've never had a problem. He's over there purposely trying to stop my money. Oh, hun. Oh, hun. Uh, Let me tell you something. The bad luck that's going to ensue him. Exactly. It's not my fault. I don't live with him. He obviously doesn't support me financially. He causes a lot of problems, sends people to YouTube to stalk and harass me. I don't have anything to do with that man. It's not my problem. They're all coming from him, Ashley. All of these people, all of the people on YouTube that attack me come from him. Every last one of them. And it's so stupid. Attacking me because he's unhappy. Attacking me because he used to be really, really overweight. Attacking me because he's unfulfilled. Literally, I have been dealing with the crap of this man's life online, so to speak. So, yeah. And he's the cause of all of his crap in his life. He brings it on himself, trust me. I've had the opportunity to get to know him. He is factually a misogynist. He's very militant in his belief that women should respect him, but he is not a provider. He don't provide anything. All of the money that he has been given to him. So That's the issue. The issue is, and you know what? When a person, sometimes when a person is just being given everything and they don't have to work for it, it is a fact with him. Most people that if they're given something, they're going to appreciate it. He doesn't appreciate it because he hasn't earned anything. So he goes around with this pompous attitude as though, oh, I'm a man. And it's over what do you call that when it's over the top? He overcompensates so much that it's unreal. But still, what does me and my family, me and my children, what do we have to do with that? We have nothing to do with that. Nothing. We've never had anything to do with that. He needs to leave us out of it. And trust me, he's going to, because I've been taking it easy on him. I'm no longer taking it easy on him. Well, since I've met him, I've been taking it easy on him. Before we met, I was still a baby witch, but my spirits was still attacking him. This whole issue with this man stalking me started in 2012. And he should not be praised for stalking a woman. He should not be praised for anything that he's doing. So I don't want anything to do with him anymore. Okay. And he knows that it's officially over. And of course, he's very, very unstable, bipolar. So 1 minute he doesn't care, but now he cares. So he wants me back. Ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna happen. And he's not coming over here. So a lot of people think, oh my God, he's gonna do something. He ain't gonna do nothing. Trust me. He ain't gonna do nothing. Okay. I said that's the one thing, like I don't dabble. I do real magic. I do real witchcraft. He would fall out of a heart attack before he ever came over here to do anything to harm anybody over here. He would literally fall out of a stroke. He would literally end up in the hospital before he ever came over here to do any harm. So, but yeah, that's pretty much what's happening. And what's gonna happen is that um so now here's another thing. I would rather go ahead and just move out of this house is what I'd rather do. But I went ahead and decided to pay into the registry so that we can stay here until the court date, until they decide what they're gonna do. And so I'm still paying rent, but in reality, I really would like to leave. But that's again, he's been trying to. First of all, I don't know if he's doing the work for himself, which I think he is. He's another practitioner hiding behind Christianity. So, my ex does practice. I believe that he's doing spells or something. Okay. And so he's trying to keep me here, which is so sick. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I wish he would just die. Him and his evil. Him and he died and his evil died with him. That's just how I feel about it at this point. To be inconvenienced to this capacity all the time. And I don't he doesn't own me. Like somewhere in his mind he decided that he owns me because he's delusional. Okay. Very delusional and sick. And y'all making some coffee. So, and it sucks. You know, men should not stalk women on the job. It's okay though. Sometimes I feel that a lot of these people are afraid of him. Oh, I'm shutting him down. His reign is over. And I'll never empower him again. Because really, to be honest with you, what I have been doing inadvertently is empowering him because he's very evil. Nobody can trust him. Uh, and people know that. People know that. So he's got to be shut down. A lot of the spiritual stuff that he's been doing because I've been feeling oppressed. I've been feeling highly oppressed. And, I just want to say this to black men. Um, y'all really need to look into y'all roots and y'all history and realize that, you will always be hated. You will always be frowned upon. You don't use witchcraft to try to oppress a black woman. That's something you any woman, right? Like I don't but especially it's especially disgusting to have a black man, somebody that you would think is supposed to understand you, literally trying to use conjure in spirit to try to make me his slave or something. So it'll be um an interesting thing seeing him go down. He's going down. And I know that with exact fact because what he's going to realize is that, first of all, it wasn't worth it. I told him, I said, why are you doing all this? I'm not worth all this. How am I worth all this? Go away. Leave me alone. I just want this man to go away and leave me alone. I'm never going to get back with him. I'm never going. Oh, sorry, baby. You okay, Bubby? Come here, sweetie. Come here. Come here. Oh, she mad at me. Come here. Why are you mad at me? I didn't mean to step on your little paw. Um, he he's gonna regret it. Cause I'm not playing around with him. And I don't know if he thought I was weak. For him, oh God. So, that right there is the reason why I did that castration. And it's gonna be many, many things that I'm gonna do to him. Because it was so unnecessary. Things would have went smoother. He's been trying to interfere with my court case. And I'm gonna say this because I know he's listening. Um, Listen, do not try to interfere with that court case because my spirits are gonna get you. They're gonna get you. Do not try to interfere with that court case. And I believe he's been trying to. Luckily, my spirits are good because technically, technically they're protecting me and the landlord because the landlord won't lose that much money. It depends on what the judge says. But again, they're so nosy. Ashley, should I have had to discuss this publicly? Why am I having to discuss this publicly? Do these people not have enough to do with their lives? Not that it's going to change the outcome, but it's just the point. It's just the point. He's sending people out here to give out misinformation. And I don't want y'all to have misinformation. So that's why I give the real information. So they're phishing, they're scam artists. All of them are scammers. But they're doing it on purpose because they want to know what's going on. And it's because of him. It's because these people are doing his bidding. Trust me. Trust me. They are. And you know why? He's shelled out a bunch of money to these people too. Money that he doesn't have. He don't have no money like that. Trying to pretend that he's rich. Oh my God, it just irritates me. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I cannot wait to get back there. I'm looking forward to it. And I always knew that I would eventually go back. You know, I always knew I would eventually go back, but I've been here long enough, and so it's just it's time. And then plus, um, I miss my kids. I've been missing my kids, even though I talk to them every day. I talk to my. By the way, guys, here's another thing. I get along fine with my family. Of course, there's certain people in my family that I don't get along with. But my family loves me. Okay, I don't necessarily agree with how they show their love, but I'm cool with a lot of people in my family. I'm good with my family. My children, I talk to them every single day. And so the lies that they tell is absolutely ridiculous. My family doesn't have a problem with me. If anything, my family has been waiting for me to come back because they miss me. Okay. And for whatever reason, I had this experience here. It wasn't meant for a Michael, a Mike. Now I'm back to calling him Michael. It ain't meant for no Michael to mess me up. That wasn't the point of me being here. So he can kiss my butt with all of that. He gonna get his. And real quick, because my spirits are looking at him like, then when I was talking to him, he kept doing, I could see him doing all that evil stuff, y'all. I could see him talking to me and then going to those people doing stuff. He was so sick. He kept saying, I threw up. Oh, my stomach is hurting. Stop being evil. I could literally see everything homeboy was doing. He over there throwing up. He over there all sick and stuff. And the reason why is because he shouldn't be doing that stuff. Like, first of all, why would you go and tell somebody else's business? That's why he could never be a high priestess. He could never be me. He cannot not tell somebody's personal business. Y'all know me. When y'all come to me to get readings and stuff, I am I going around telling everybody that stuff? No. If I were helping you with a court case, am I going to go and discuss it with somebody? And by the way, I never discuss any of my cases with him. I've never done that in all of these years. Hmm. Thank you, Ashley. Thank you, sweetie. Oh, Raina, trust me, if I could go back and be back there by Halloween, I would. Sadly, I won't. I don't think it's going to happen before then. Well, we got 11 more days. I mean, it could. I'm protecting my credit, so I can't just I'm not just gonna see, this is how I am, which makes me very different from him. I'm not just gonna abandon ship, pack up and just no. That's not how I do things. Okay. We're gonna get this settled in court. The landlord's gonna get his money, whatever it is that the judge feels that he is deserving of. And and then I'm gonna move back because I don't want to go back there and then have that on my record. You know what I'm saying? It's like a freaking eviction because it's not, no. Uh-uh. I can't have something like that on my record. So, a lot of people with what I'm dealing with this as far as like um which I should have when that's usually how tenants end up suing their landlords is through the eviction process. But I could have just filed suit against the landlord, you know what I'm saying, a long time ago. But a lot of people would be very afraid and for what I'm protected by the law. I don't have a reason to be sitting over here biting my nails and stuff and feeling I don't and saying I'm a squatter. Squatters don't have lease agreements. Me and my landlord have a dispute. He says that I owe him rent. I say that I don't. I say that he owes me money. Okay. You don't just that's the one thing that you can't negate. If you're automatically on the landlord's side, well, clearly you're an irresponsible person. Because the structural issues that I've had at this house, they have known about it for 2 years now, and they have done nothing. In fact, when I told them about the rodents, because I live by the woods, yeah, there's like big, there was like, I mean, I'm not going to say that they're like New York style, but they were pretty big. It was like three or four of them that was in the house. They could have bit my son. Anything could happen. How is that my fault? And these evil people online was trying to blame it on me. How is that my fault again? Once again, Michael going and telling them my business. He is a garbagey ass man. That's why I was saying, like, he's the one that actually bought the traps for me, y'all, to even catch them. He bought the traps over here, got mad at me because he's very unstable, and went around telling everybody. Now, um, just like a spider can come in your house, but no, I don't have roaches. So y'all, it's absolutely disgusting how these people are. Um, when I went to the landlord to tell them about that, I tried to tell him, I was like, hey, listen, uh, um, that those rodents are still getting in the house because of the holes that y'all need to fix, right? So when for whatever reason they were neglectful is not my problem. Oh, I was busy. Oh, I was this, I was that. Oh, it was whatever it is as the tenant. If I'm sitting here paying rent, this if you're paying rent anywhere, that landlord has to accommodate you. And it's so crazy because people that are renting out these houses, some of them don't exactly give the same accommodations, whereas an apartment would. But yeah, it's no different. Why do they think that they can do whatever they want just because they're renting a house? If I were in an apartment complex would have just moved me to a different unit. Not, oh, stay there with the issues. No, we know that you paid us your rent. We know you paid us your rent. We know, but still stay there in those conditions. So, for me, I'm not an emotional person. You know what I'm saying? Like that, in that sense. I'm not a biased person. I'm gonna stand up for what is right, no matter what. So even if I don't like you, I'm not gonna sit up here and say, "Oh, well, you deserve that," and da da da. I don't do that. You know what I'm saying? I go by what's right. So that's why he's going around and he's got his minions. Like, that's so stupid to me. Like, he's so unbelievably stupid, irresponsible, a turn off. What am I supposed to be turned on right now? Oh God. I can't wait until I'm hundreds of miles away from this guy. And I'm gonna put his head on a stick. Spiritually, his head will be on a stick because he's already trying to encourage women from my hometown to be violent towards me. Something gonna happen. Something gonna happen with that sector, and it ain't gonna be to me. Something's gonna go down. They're already trying to encourage Cat Smith and Tiffany to attack me when I go back home. First of all, ain't nothing good like that gonna happen. And uh I'll be right there with them in the same town. So it'll be very easy for me to prosecute them, but years ago, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Years ago, Tiffany blamed it on Mike. I believe they scared of him. I believe that Mike has some kind of hold on them. And I can, if y'all want to light black candles on him, everybody just light a black candle on him. Because let me tell you something. It used to be a time where every time me and him got into it, Jacob didn't hear it. Jacob would not see it. We would just kind of fight and argue on Messenger or on the phone. Jacob wouldn't be aware of that. All of a sudden, Jacob would just start either screaming. So he was trying to psychically attack Jacob. Like, he would just, Jacob's 10 now, right? And I've gotten it to the point my protection is so good to the point where that doesn't happen. That part doesn't happen. That hasn't happened in years. The whole time we were at the hotel, Mike was live. She's homeless. Watch what happens to Mike. Oh, his reign and his rise is over. Because the only reason why his rise happened was because I met him and slept with him. So he got his power from who? From me, right? Oh, he rose, didn't he? That's the only reason why he even got any kind of claim. And then when you think about it, the black sector, come on now. Trust and believe those people have no bearing on my balls. It's just a bunch of silliness. For him to even take that seriously, I can't take him seriously. I can't take him seriously ever, right? But there used to be a time when that would happen and it would just, things would go up in chaos. I've binded him a lot Now I'm just gonna go ahead and destroy his whole soul, because he is very spiritually gifted. You got to understand, Michael is very spiritually gifted. He is. He is very, very. He ain't got nothing on me, but he's very spiritually gifted. All that crap is done, so it's done. It's dead. His powers are dead. So I did a very, oh, he's binded, trust me. I had to bind him. Do y'all understand me? Like any witches feeling me on that, I had to bind the soul out of him. Do y'all understand me? Because every single time he would have a temper tantrum if I didn't do the slightest thing that he wanted me to do. And then I had to put him out of my house a couple of times because this man would come over here. He didn't have a bag full of money. He didn't have nothing. He wasn't doing anything from me, but he would just come over here and demand things sexually of me. First of all, I'm not doing it. Second of all, get out. Third of all, get out. Fourth of all, you're binded. So he delusional at the same time. He just, I'm busy. I'm a busy woman. I don't have time to babysit this man. But when stuff like this starts happening, oh, hun. Geminis have natural abilities that we can't even speak of. Geminis are unspeakably gifted. His is kind of messy and chaotic, but he definitely has gifts. Oh, they're binded, baby. They're binded, baby. Mm-mm. He's not going to triumph. He already lost. He already lost. Trust me, Raina. He done lost his gifts. He ain't going to find them. And I for damn sure listen, my witchy self ain't going to be empowering him. Because a man like that, every time you sleep with him, they take your power into them. So, he wasn't trying to, he was literally trying to drain me. So it literally turned into this battle of the sexes, even when I had sex with him. It was like me trying to drain him before he drains me. And that's not healthy. That's not, because he ain't never had nothing but malice in mind. And why I don't know, because what he got at home, he gonna find out that he wasn't nothing but a silly fool. And I can see him coming to KC Mo begging me, because he gonna find out that what he got at home ain't worth nothing. And I'm not talking about in money. He's being betrayed right up underneath his friggin' nose. He gonna realize that he should have treated me better. The things that he did, it'll never happen. It'll ne- it you know like I said, if I could, I would pack up and just get on a train and go right now today if I could do it. That's how done I am. And he knows that the only reason why I even stayed here longer, because I would have left, I'm not even going to lie to you. He did not want me to go to my mother's funeral. He told me, don't go back, stay. And he didn't, like, it was partially the stuff that he did when my mother died. Literally, I was all messed up. I couldn't move. I couldn't. I couldn't make moves like that. I was sick. I was throwing up. And he had me like that. That's the only reason why I even stayed here as long as I did, is because of him. And so me and him were actually talking about me getting a big enough house so that I could bring the rest of the kids down here so I could stay here. Well, that's not going to happen anymore. And it's not because he wanted to be around my daughters and no sick shit like that. He just wanted me to stay. He wanted me to stay down here where he was. And he was always telling me to get closer to him. You need to move closer to me. Why don't you try to find a house in my neighborhood? There's a house down the street. I'm like, boy, I'm not moving down the street from you and her. And I hope she's listening. I'm not moving down the street from you and her. So it make sense for me to just go back to my hometown? Absolutely. If he was a real man, Raina, if I had a real man in my life, I can imagine that it would be. But see, he's not on this lease agreement. And I think that automatically, when male landlords see that it's a woman and her children on the lease agreement, they automatically discriminate. It was a very discriminatory practice that they didn't fix the issue a long time ago. And from what I've gathered and what I was told, that the reason why because the roof needs to be replaced. We haven't had a good rain yet to find out if that patch they put on the roof is going to hold, right? Um, from what I was told, they do have insurance and they could have fixed the issue a long time ago, but it would have made their insurance premium go up. Are you friggin' kidding me? So I've had business disruptions because of this. It has affected my business. These people online, they just look stupid. They don't affect business. What's been affecting my business has been living under this roof, this broken roof. It's going to automatically, these people don't have the power to mess with my spirits. No, my spirits are like, whoa, these people need to fix these issues. That's how my spirits see it. And 2 years of going through that, 2 years of going back and forth so that their homeowner's insurance premium doesn't go up. Can you imagine how that feels? Can you imagine how deplorable that is? That damn y'all, that raccoon would wake me up out of my sleep. It just boom. Like, oh God, here's the raccoon. I'll get up in the morning and call them, hey, or I would email them. Okay. I would email them, hey, you know, we gotta get the raccoon out of the attic. I can't sleep at night. I was losing sleep, constantly in fear of that damn thing, because it was more than one up there. But I continue paying rent, so I wasn't, back then, I wasn't always up in my room. I'm up in my room more now because there are times when I'll just be up in my room. But I actually work from the downstairs. Hey Shamika, how you doing? Yeah, but it still sucks. You're a horrible, deplorable person to sit up there and come online and attack me talking about a damn raccoon. And this lady, that like you made you went as far as to draw a picture of a raccoon on a broomstick with a full moon. Like, y'all, for $0, maybe there was it whatever money it was wasn't worth it. That's the dumbest thing ever. I mean, you might as well make fun of the whole world. Anybody that's lived in an older home, anybody that's lived in a house will tell you that, rodents get in the house. They do that sometimes, it's called life. There's several spiders just out on the front porch. I mean, they're totally here for it. I'm not going to bother those spiders because I feel like they're protecting me, and they're getting bigger. They're basically like eating all of the bugs and stuff that normally would be on the front porch. So like I can go out there and show y'all, like, it is a spider world out there, like literally on my front porch. You're gonna make fun that's funny. Oh, look at those spiders. Oh, it's so childish and immature. So, but it's annoying. It's annoying and it's nerve-wracking. And yeah, people do have energy. I'm a witch. You send me some bad energy on YouTube, and you're going to get that back and then some, because it's been 10 years of this crap, and it's been 10 years of crud because of this man. 10 years of it. And that was back before I met him. I'm like, I don't know you. Who are you? So, anyway, y'all, that's pretty much the reading for today. I gotta go. Um, listen, here's what I want to let you guys know. Regardless to what these people are doing online, I'm still available for readings. So they don't distract me from doing my spiritual work. They would love for you to believe that. I mean, Michael used to come on here and would be live for hours. Thank you, Tiffy baby. Mike Mackle, we call him Mackle now, Mackerel, Mackle. He would come on here and be live harassing me for hours, y'all, for hours. I would be over here doing readings, like just living life. So I can't wait. I've already gotten back to um pre Michael, like before Michael came into, because it just was a disaster. Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. How'd you get those pretty flowers? Those flowers are pretty. Anyway, y'all, I gotta go though. I gotta go. And then speaking of clients, I promised my client I would do something first. I gotta get that done. For she in a different time zone, but let me get this work done. I will see y'all later. Okay. Mackerel. And trust me, he hates it. He does. He hates it, girl. All right. Love you too, sis. And I'll see y'all later. Okay. Michael, no Jackson. All right, y'all. Blessings. Bye bye.